Hello, my dear gardening friends. The other day I received a message from one of the viewers, and she's concerned about her rose because the rose she has in her garden is very sick with black spot. And if rose is susceptible to black spot, by this time, we are talking about the end of September, that rose looks like a dead little skeleton in our gardens. So in this video we are addressing an issue, what to do with that rose to help that rose to successfully survive winter and return to its beautiful health next season. Your rose is a skeleton, and there are two very good things you can do. First, you have to make sure that those green shoots, green new shoots which your rose is trying to produce, are staying on. You're not cutting them off. And why rose is producing those burgundy shoots, I'm sorry, not green, burgundy shoots? Because rose is desperate to collect all the energy, sun energy, to successfully go into dormancy. Rose bush needs to have energy to grow, right? And dormancy also, going into dormancy is also taking energy. So your rose is producing those shoots, trying to collect the energy, and if you're cutting those shoots off, you're depriving your bush of food, basically. So if you have an octopus rose and that rose is producing very long shoots and you really don't like it, you have to kind of go with it and let rose deal with those long shoots, and you deal with those shoots in your garden and let rose collect energy. Because otherwise there are no leaves, there is no leaf mass for that rose to rely on. And then during the first cold days of late fall, you can lightly trim those shoots off, since rose is already in dormancy and you will want to protect your rose from wind damage, from snapping stems against each other. So that's a very important thing. Give your rose a chance to collect as much food, as much sun energy as possible. Second thing what you can do, you can enhance the life of your soil near the roots of your rose. And how do you do it? Not with the fertilizers during the fall. We want roses to go into dormancy. We want to enhance the life by adding animal manure would be the best. And in my area I use well-aged cow manure. You can use any well-aged, very important, not fresh manure. Well-aged manure, and spread it in a nice layer all around the drip zone, inside the drip zone of the plant. This way, through the winter, all that area, all that soil will be, first of all, protected from cold winds. That's a good protection. And second, the soil will be slowly enhanced and the life of the soil would be increased. And what do we know? The healthy soil is a healthy plant. A happy soil is a happy plant. So our rose would be coming into spring with so much better soil. So probably these are the most important two things you can do for your rose. Well, there are other ways to go around. The Agricultural Institute of Tennessee University, I believe, around 10 years ago, I believe in 2012, did extensive testing of around 200 different roses on their susceptibility to black spot. And I'm going to give you a link under this video to their research results. Very interesting study to read. And they came up with a list of roses which are genetically resistant to black spot. And as we know, some roses are genetically really poor performers with black spot. It depends on the genes of the rose and depends on the area where you live. For example, here in my area, in zone 6-7 coastal Connecticut, this black spot is like a plague of the gardens, plague of roses, because we have high humidity here coming from the ocean, and basically you cannot get rid of it. I just know that I will always have black spot in my garden, and I have to have excellent sanitation and preventive measures while roses are still lush and beautiful in spring. I start treating them organically with sprays to keep them more or less okay with black spot coming into fall. So what you can do, you can choose roses which are moss resistant to black spot. You can try to replant it into a better space in your garden, because the lack of sun or the lack of nutrients will weaken the rose and will make it more susceptible to black spot. So you can move that rose if you know that that location in your garden is not good. And you know, the last two resorts, you can kind of tolerate black spot presence in your garden. I know it doesn't sound like a very sound advice, but we cannot 100% eradicate that disease from humid conditions. And the last resort would be to get rid of the rose and look for a better variety. And hopefully we will be enjoying our roses next season again. Happy gardening! I will see you next time.